Hello, everybody. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. We have a video here for you. Bachelorette Kaitlyn Bristowe undergoes eyelid surgery in upper bleph. What is that? We'll get into it right now. You don't want to get a saggy eyelid, so she shares photos of the surgery, what it entails and all of that. It's actually pretty interesting to me. Kaitlyn Bristowe is saying this is her first plastic surgery, if that's what it counts as, because, there is a difference on the scale between getting an injection, getting a plumper cream, plastic surgery, it's all kind of facelift. It's all kind of different here. So she talks about her eyelid surgery. We're going to share her recovery photos. Pretty wild stuff, science that is. So basically, I think let me tell you what I think it is, and then we'll watch a quick video. But I think they slice off part of the top of your eyelid and then sew it back together so it gets rid of a little bit of that sagginess. I got to be quite honest with you. I was looking at myself in the mirror and I was like, do I have, now I wouldn't get a bleph, but also if they're handing out free blephs at the bus stop, who's turning down a bleph? Maybe it's a buy one, get one, a BOGO bleph, who knows? But either way, and again, I'm sure the specialists, they know what they're doing here. And in each eye, you would get a different amount clipped out depending on sag levels. Now, I have to say, anytime you go under the knife, there is a chance things get botched. It looks like that's not the case here. It looks fantastic. Really, her recovery photo looks better than most headshots you see. So anyway, we'll get into exactly what she had to say on her Instagram stories and the before and after photos. But first, I want to let you guys know it is Christmas time. Look, I got my little elf jester costume on here. It's Christmas time, and I have my single mom Christmas wish list. The full list is available right now. Let me tell you something. Early on, the first 2, 3, 4, 5 people usually get donated to more than the back end people or the people in the middle. So we have some people that are looking for gifts. Some on their wish list is just food so that they can have a good Christmas dinner. That's where we're at in society, where we're trying to help each other out. So if you want to help out, link in the description in the comment section. The comment section, I'll pin the link, and you can click and buy anything, $5 gifts or more or less, and then it'll go straight to the people in need. We have newborns and 8-year-olds and teenagers, and they could all use a little bit of help if you guys can give it. So again, I'll have the link to that in the comment section. All right, let's go to it. So here's the story. Kaitlyn Bristowe just got eyelid surgery, and naturally, she's been sharing the whole thing with her fans every step of the way. Bachelorette star took to Instagram over the weekend, letting fans know she got an upper bleph, aka blepharoplasty, sharing a picture of her in a hospital bed rocking a blue hairnet over her eyes, while other selfies show her swollen pink eyelids the next day. So this is the photo. She's getting wheeled around. I tell you what, let's just go to a quick video of what a bleph is.
The skin around the eyes undergoes many changes as we age. In particular, the eyelid skin may begin to sag or become puffy or baggy, causing a person to look much older. Blepharoplasty is a simple procedure to reverse these age-related changes. First, the lower eyelid incision is made.
Can you just put your hair in a bun and just pull it back? Doesn't that help out?
The skin and underlying muscle are lifted. To make the lower eyelid less puffy or baggy, stab incisions are made to remove fat from the medial, central, and lateral fat compartments.
Can you put some of that fat in my ass? If we could just, wouldn't it be great if there was a pill you could take that just moved fat around? It's never that you have too much fat. It's just I have too much, put it, almost like a fat redistribution, like a socializing of the fat. So anyway, this is a terrible video, but I guess it's showing the fat being removed from the eye. So this is...
Excess skin and muscle tissues are then excised after redraping the wound closed.
All right, so you close the wound, redrape it, and again, this video is a lower bleph. But are they going to show the upper bleph?
The sagging skin of the upper eyelid is addressed by removing redundant skin, followed by a smaller amount of muscle.
All right, so they remove redundant skin. Now, I've heard that your insurance could cover this. Unless you're with United Health Group, that's a different story. But but I heard that your insurance could cover this if it's like almost restricting your vision, like a basset hound. right,
Fat
so.
may be removed before the skin and muscle are closed back together.
So they remove fat. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. They remove fat, they zip it back up, and there you go.
Blepharoplasty can not only help with making a face look younger, but can also improve vision by removing skin that may partially be blocking the eyes.
Oh yeah, it's kind of, remember when everyone would get a nose job and say, yeah, and I had a deviated septum. Well, I'm just trying to see better, you know what I mean? And I'm trying to see better by looking 10 years younger. Okay, anyhow, so there it is. Yeah, and look, I mean, Kaitlyn's no dummy. She'll tell you, she's got no problem telling you she's getting work done. So anyway, there it is. Despite the haters, Kaitlyn's clearly all about keeping it real online. She asked fans on her Instagram stories whether they want an entire episode of her Off the Vine podcast regarding the whole eyelid saga. All right, so haters would say that by getting work done like this, you've got some sort of body dysmorphia, whatever. That's what a hater might say. I say do whatever the hell you want with your body. Now, should you be careful that you don't overdo it? Much like take tattoos, for example. Tattoos are highly addictive, right? You get one, you get 7. I mean, they're kind of like guns, right? I mean, right? You just you can't have enough, like Pokemon Go, whatever. I don't know. Baseball cards, whatever the analogy is. But, surgery could be the same way, and you got to be careful because there is a point where you could look at, and again, I'm not saying Kaitlyn got to this point, but there's a point where if you look at every single little thing on your face and try to fix everything on your face, when you zoom out, it's like a reverse Monet. Like up close, it looks perfect, and then you zoom out and it just looked like this troglodyte. Is that even a word? I don't know. Type of thing. Again, I'm not saying I think Kaitlyn's beautiful. I really do. I think she's beautiful inside and out, and I think part of her beauty is her honesty. Saying, look, this is what I've got going on. This is what I'm doing. So here's her Instagram story. Let's have a listen. Oh, we just lost it. All right, so anyway, let's go to the next one.
What was the moment for you that you knew you needed?
Hold on, let's go to the next one. So she's basically saying, should I talk about this or not? Trolls, she needs to stop with plastic surgery. Me, don't make me laugh. And again, that was her saying this was her first time. So again, the difference between injections and things like that, lip fillers, whatever, fillers, Botox, that type of thing. And it is different from surgery. Now, I've had this debate with my folks on Patreon, patreon.com/Dave Neal. I don't know. They always say, well, fillers are dissolvable. Who knows? Who knows what, you hope so, but also wouldn't be surprised if the beauty industry told you, oh yeah, this is perfectly safe. You know what the thing that the beauty industry loves to say? Oh, you get Botox when you're young. That way you'll never develop the wrinkles when you're, oh yeah, well, let's just start getting Botox when we're 5 then. No, obviously it's a decision you got to make because, it's like and it's not just women doing it. Blake Horstman talks about his Botox. Personally, I'm kind of not, in the market to get any work done. I am 75 years old. I think I'm aging okay for being a septuagenarian. Do I have that right? Either way, let's continue.
Do you want to tell?
All right, so let's see.
Stop laughing at the cuteness. The other day we were decorating Worth's family's tree.
All right, so anyway, I think the eyes look good, but of course she's still in a lot of recovery. But I am told the surgery, the recovery is very fast for this type of procedure.
A lot of times people have asked me to send a before and after photo, and I'm like, bruh, I'm not in the after yet. I'm in the during. So of course, when I'm all healed, I will do an after.
You don't look like you're healing. You look like you're dressed for emo night. You got it looks like almost an eyeliner issue. You've got JD Vance eyeliner.
Photo, talk about it, figure it all out. But until then, just let me heal. Hey, Kaitlyn, when are you getting married?
Okay, yeah. So anyway, so there we go. There's her update. I wanted to play a few clips while we have you here from Kaitlyn Bristowe's TikTok. She did have one discussing fillers.
Somebody wanted to know if under eye filler is dangerous. They hear both sides, and how long does it last,
Good
and what
audio.
are the side effects?
The danger of it, in my opinion, is just the long-term appearance. Because, they say filler dissolves in about a year, but there have been MRI studies that show that it's around years later.
Yeah.
And this area is just such a delicate area, and it thins over time. So then that filler just starts to look lumpy and clumpy and gross. It's very hydrophilic. It likes water, so it tends to hold on to water and swell. It's my least favorite. I mean, there is for sure a patient that can benefit from it, but there's other things that I do before that.
By the way, I have speaking of beauty, I've got a new sponsor next week for it's an anti-aging cream. Hey, send me whatever you want. And, it's anti-aging. It's like, what does it even mean? It's an eye cream or whatever. But I love that I get sent these things now because I have no problem trying it. Now, you guys know this. I make my own nighttime oils. I combine rosehip seed oil and a little sandalwood oil, and I combine some castor oil and different things. And I don't think you need to spend a fortune to take care of your skin. Now, with regard to surgery, that's different. But hey, good on Kaitlyn for addressing the fact that she says, hey, this is my first time getting work done. Whatever. I mean, who cares? Really, that's what it comes down to is who cares? So what? So say she gets 75 more surgeries. Who cares? That's for her and for whatever to worry about. Everyone just take care of yourselves. That's the world we need to live in 2025 is take care of yourselves. So, you know what? There was one more clip I found interesting that had nothing to do with it, but this is what I love, like the gateway drug of diving into Kaitlyn Bristowe, because her social media team is crushing it with their the podcast. So here is the situation for all of my elder millennials out there. Here's the situation discussing his addiction.
What was the moment for you that you knew you needed help?
Somebody threw a bundle of heroin on my lap. That was something I said I would never do. And I unwrap it. I'm like, you know what? If I just try a little bit, it's not a big deal. So I take a little key bump up. I'm like, if I try a little key bump, I should be okay. On my other shoulder was like a little devil and was like, why don't you try a little bit more? So I go in to try the second key bump and my phone rings. So I pick up and I'm like, Mom, what's up? And she's like, I have a bad feeling. I'll never forget this. A lot of times I almost cry when I tell the story. My eyes and my ears were open just a little bit to hear the message that I think God was sending down. As I was hanging up on the door was my then girlfriend was banging at the door uncontrollably, almost like another angel. I opened the door. I had a tear coming down my eye and I embraced my then girlfriend, who's now my wife. And I said, I need help.
What was the moment?
I love interviews like this where you get to hear people struggle. And maybe that's what we get from Kaitlyn is somebody who will just share with people her flaws. Sadly, the haters will use that against her, but that's kind of the price you have to pay. I mean, to be quite honest, I think all of us would love to be in her position financially. She's absolutely crushing it. I would give anything. I would never ask her this, but I'd love to speculate. I would give anything to look at her taxes. My guess is $2 to $3 million revenue a year. That's my, I don't know. I could be wrong. That's my guess. Maybe I'm way off. Maybe it's 10. Who knows? But between Kaitlyn Bristowe and Kristen Cavallari and all of these Nashville influencers that are out there, they are raking it. If you want to throw a little extra off for those eyelid surgeries, who am I to stop you? Let me know what you guys think. Keep it kind in the comment section. I got more coming your way. If you want some non-Bachelor news, there is a lot. I dissect all of the assassin on the loose story, Luigi Mangione. Did I pronounce that right? On today's episode. And then I'll have another episode this afternoon. So all the stories we don't get to here, you find them on the podcast. Scan that QR code and we'll talk to you later. Bye.